and a kind of a overview of BITS Pilani. As you know that people know that there are 4 campuses. Pilani in 1964, then we had Goa in 2000 then 2000 is Dubai, then we had Goa in 2004 and Hyderabad in 2008. And you can see there are also 2 more campuses, which is an off-campus called WILP. WILP stands for Work Integrated Learning Program. If anybody has interest, then we can discuss it much later. We cater to about 35,000 working professionals, and we have locations at Pune, Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad, which is not the Hyderabad campus. And recently you have BITSOM, which is a management school for BITS. We have about 70,000 plus students, 22,000 plus PhD students, and we are trying to improve the female percentage. It's now about 43%, and we have right now 950 plus faculty members and a lot of industry connects. So I'm skipping that. We offer undergraduate and also the postgraduate as well as PhD programs. Undergraduate we have for all disciplines like engineering and sciences. We also have a pretty strong humanities and social sciences department where the students are supposed to take electives as open electives, many of the humanities electives. And then we have a master program in MBA, which we have launched recently in business analytics and only in Pilani campus. We have, you see that the collaboration targets we have, which is in next 15 years, we'd like to reach a collaboration target of 100. Right now, current number is about 70. In June 2022, we have collaborated with global universities. Okay, just a minute. So research infrastructure, we have started spending a lot of money, and you can see that there is a substantial amount being funded and by the Chancellor's Office. And we have a research target, we have infrastructure target to reach about 350 crore in next 15 years, which will allow us to support, high quality faculty members with exceptional research facilities and lab space. Okay. Are you able to read the screen properly or?
Yes, Professor Banerjee, we can see everything. Thank you.
Okay, so we wish to improve our foreign faculty intake, which means the people, those who have done their PhDs and postdocs outside India, and we would like to have it 32% in next 15 years, but with a lot of support from SIDOI for the last 3-4 years, as on date, we already have 30% of our faculty members who have either a master's or a PhD or a postdoc from foreign universities. So university ranking, we have pharmacy as one of the top universities, top departments. Many of these universities in QS ranking, we are going up, but we are not happy. We wish to go further up, and there are facilities in place. There are initiatives in place so that we can climb this. But at the same time, we must say that this is a kind of race everybody runs around the globe to know their position. But one should not be completely, tagged with these kind of numbers. So let's look at the research, publication and grants, how we are fared. We have a very big grant, which is called a Bio-CTH Foundation. And we are the only private institution across India who have got, and then there are other IITs who have got it. So out of 25 institutions, we are one of the institutions and only institution among the private sector. And this it's a bio-CPS mission, and there are sanctions of about 8 companies being formed. And this is basically those who want to do a good incubator or startup and stuff like that, they're encouraged to give their research proposal and get things done. And we have a CEO now who is basically taking care of the entire the scenario. We have a substantial grant received. You can see that about 194.4 in crore grant we have received in the previous year. This time we are slightly low, but in the last month we have got substantial amount. So we may not be able to reach 194, but we are very close to that. Then see, there's a slightly slow. Okay. So these are important things that we have substantially improved and encouraged faculty members to publish in good quality journal papers. It's not the number, but the quality becomes important. We have about 45% of the journal published in 2021 middle, which is in the Q1 ranked. And you can see that our scopus in citation have improved drastically from 2016 to 2021. We are also encouraging faculty members to file patents. We have large number of patents coming up in the last several years. So and you know that I'll come to this point, we have a very strong tenure track position. Like US, you have 5 years of tenure track. We have a 3 year of tenure track, which is in the period we really support faculty members. We mentor faculty members, but at the same time, we expect them to come up with good publication, good grants, novel teaching pedagogies, and stuff like that. So you can also see that the Scopus Index is also the impact and the quality is increasing. We have about average impact factor of 3.9, which is currently and is going up. So publication per faculty per year, right now we have about 3. And as you know that now publications have become quite difficult because it undergoes a lot of screening, and many times publications even do not go for review. Before that it returns, and for many reasons. So right now we have an average of 3 publications per faculty per year, which is expected to be little more in some departments like chemistry and biological sciences, relatively low in engineering disciplines, but we are trying to make sure that it is not the number that is very important, it is the quality that matters a lot. Now, you can see that the citation per publication, and I think this will be an interesting statistics for all of us, that the citation index, where IIT Bombay had 27.05, with Pilani is 21.5. So I believe that we are doing reasonably well in terms of the quality publications. I've given some numbers which are real numbers. You can see that Manipal has 16.25, Amrita has 14.54. So it is, I want to stress that BITS Pilani is more interested, or rather encourage people to publish good journal papers, not like Tom, Dick and Harry paper. And this is where Dr. Raja may be interested, that we have this is, let me see, this is probably, this is internationally co-authored and nationally co-authored papers. So you can see in the last several years we have a lot of papers which are being co-authored by people from abroad. And we also encourage a lot of collaborations within the department. So this is within the national institutes. So you can see that about 42% of the faculty member publications are coming from the institutes within India. A lot of publications are coming with the institutes outside India. We look at only Scopus, SCI, IEEE, and PubMed. Now, I think Dr. Raja was mentioning this, an interdepartmental co-authorship, and you can see that in last 3 years it has really gone up, And there are faculty members who are collaborating with colleagues in other departments, with colleagues from other campuses. And this is a very good sign, and we are very happy about people coming up of their own shell, because we always believe that what a single person or two people can achieve, collectively, if we do that, multiple people, we will be able to achieve more. This is one of the good signatures, and we are happy about it. Then we have so I will skip this because this is an equipment theme. If you wish, I can share this PPT to Catherine. You can share it with any of the people who are interested. There are equipments which almost every campus has, and we have a large equipment for all the campuses. Some of the equipments we have in numbers in terms of Goa, Pilani, and Hyderabad. So you can see almost all characterization tools we have right now procured, and they are well maintained. All the equipments are under central analytic facility, so anybody can use it at any point of time. And so you can see there are multiple equipments. You can see some of the equipments are there only in Goa, may not be there in Hyderabad, but that's not a barrier. We have people who would collaborate and get the things done. That is how we are trying to strengthen our collaboration among the faculty members across disciplines. We have recently come up with a very sophisticated clean room of class 100 and class 1000, which is only there in Hyderabad, which allows people to come up and fabricate devices of very modern devices, cheap fabrications, where we have a spin coater, mask aligner, probe station, lithography, then a wet station, sputtering, etching, almost all the facilities that a device fabrication lab would have, we have procured, and this is in full swing. As a matter of fact, there are is a long queue to utilize that room, and it's hard to get slots to do the experiment. And here I can tell you that this is one thing that we have developed, that we do have a technician who would help you, but we have insisted that the PhD student should themselves go and get the training done, unlike many places where they equally get trained. I will skip this address to engagement. If somebody has a query, I can answer this. Let's keep that. Very interesting. Innovation incubation. We have a large incubating centers at all campuses, and there are multiple organizations which have come forward. There are multiple students who have emerged in this incubation centers, and particularly BITS Pilani undergraduate students are very, very keen on entrepreneurship. So you will get a very bright set of students who would help you in bringing up a startup if it is required. And there are some students success I've mentioned, and because end of the day, the students will do the experiment, will set up the things and give you the data so that you can get going. This is large amount of funding we have also received from corporates and governments. The partners, the multiple partners we have, where people have supported from various activities. I will skip the international. We've already spent some time on this. Alumni relation is also one of the very important things that I touched upon. You might be knowing Professor Rangarajan, the IC Bangalore director, is our student from Pilani campus, and there are many international fame individuals who are BITS Pilani alumni, and there's a strong alumni network right now which are trying to help the BITS Pilani community to grow. So this may be an interesting thing for you. We have we have a salary to start with this, which is as per 7th pay, and we have a DA which is 34,000. So if you join BITS Pilani as a assistant professor level 12 without postdoc experience, then you will start with a salary of 1,36,000. If you have a postdoc of 2 years, you get additional 2 increments. And then we have a contributed provident fund of 12%. So that will work as a repository. Then you have 60 days of summer leave. In US, I know you work for 9 months and you have to earn 2 months salary from here and there. So here in BITS Pilani, you have to work for 10 months and 2 months salary you will get without working. In case you are working somewhere, means if you are deputed to work something which is an institute job, then you will be paid an additional 1 month salary. So that is a kind of incentive to all the faculty members. We also allow people to go for an industry immersion. We also allow people to go for a university exposure. Those are all university sponsored, so you don't have to pay anything. You can spend 2 months supported by BITS Pilani. Right now, we are looking at a reimbursement research grant of 20 lakhs, but as far as I know, that grant can go up to 40 lakhs for an individual. We have a professional development fund of 1 lakh, which can be carried forward to the next year, which anybody can utilize. We have a relocation grant of 1 lakh if you are shifting from US to India. Of course, against the receipt and the bills, you will get the reimbursement. We have support for the children. There is a cap, of course, that in some schools you will not be supported beyond certain tuition fee, but we will support your children. We will also support your medical up to 90%. There is a medical hospital in every campus. There are hospitals which are earmarked where you get this support as well. We have housing inside the campus and with a very nominal charges. I stay in a house which is about 2,000 square feet apartment, and I pay only $400. So you can see that it's absolutely nothing. So an assistant professor will have to pay much, much less because the size is a little smaller. And we have a very strong tenure track position. I think that's very important for all of us who would like to join BITS Pilani. So every faculty member who joins as a assistant professor level 12 will have to go through a 3-year of tenure track position. And at the end of the 3 years, you will be assessed in terms of your contribution in research, teaching, and institute service. Of course, when you join, the department head will definitely, tell you details about the expectations that what you are supposed to do in next 3 years. We haven't sacked anybody after 3 years, except very few people, and that's on a very different ground. But it is there that we have not given tenure after 3 years. So if we see something is little short and that expected more of an individual, then we also extend the offer, extend for another year, and try to give more mentorship through the senior people and colleagues so that he or she comes up with the target. And if somebody achieves the target before that 1 year extension, he or she will get tenure within that 1 year, even within 3 months. Recently, we have come up with something very interesting which is called the education focused faculty track, which is predominantly for people who are very keen to teach. And it's more like a teaching track, and where research expectations will not be zero, but the demonstrated outcome will be relatively low compared to research. We do not have a research track, but we decided that in the first 2 years, we will identify some people within ourselves to give this offer to be among the education focused faculty track. Then it will be made open to all. Of course, we have decided that 10% of the faculty member will be in this particular track. These are some of the housing facilities, and that's in Hyderabad. It's very similar to other campuses. That's all. This thing I've already announced. I've already explained the hiring process. Thank you.